Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you were able to see Army of the Dead in theaters. It did open Friday officially in theaters. I know there was obviously some Thursday night showings, but again, it comes out this coming Friday, May 21st on Netflix. So if you haven't been able to see it in theaters or it's not in the theaters where you are, then hopefully you'll be able to enjoy it on Netflix in just a few days. I would like to do a non-spoiler quick review of the movie. So don't worry if you have not been able to see it. I'm not going to spoil anything important or, anything about major key plot points or nothing like that. So no spoilers, don't worry. Just want to give some general thoughts overall on the movie. But if you're new, thanks for checking out the channel and thanks for the support. So I saw it yesterday at the time of making this video, and I was really happy that I was able to see it in theaters. It was awesome to be able to see a Zack Snyder movie in theaters right now, and I'm very happy for him that he's going to have two huge major hits on his hands this year. It is the year of Zack Snyder and Junkie XL Tom Hokenberg, who also worked on the score for this movie, which the score was pretty awesome, but I'll get into that in a minute. So overall, very entertaining. It's definitely a Zack Snyder movie. It was really nice to see Zack Snyder just be able to have fun, have creative freedom, be able to do what he does, be able to make the movie the way that he wanted to, the way he envisioned, the story that he had in mind, that he pitched to Netflix, and just be able to take it and run with it. He's said many times how awesome of an experience it's been working with Netflix, and also how much fun he had making the movie, the actual process of making the movie and getting back behind the camera and just being able to have fun with it. And so it was definitely Zack Snyder for sure. I personally, if you've seen any of my videos talking about Army of the Dead, you have probably heard me say I'm not a zombie movie person. But the main reason, so that wasn't really the reason behind me wanting to watch this movie. It was because it's a Zack Snyder movie. Secondly, because the story, I was interested in seeing the action part, of course, in the movie, but the story seemed interesting, and the fact that it's like a heist movie along with it, and the fact that just wanting to kind of figure out more, since it was like Area 51 had to do with that, and kind of just I wanted to find out more about what it, why that was significant, what that meant for these types of zombies, and how they were going to be different, because obviously, Zack has a different take on the zombie genre, which is what he showed when he did Dawn of the Dead. And there's some very interesting things that you find out about the zombies and about what happened to Las Vegas in this movie. So there was unexpected things that I didn't see coming. Interesting plot points I didn't see coming as well. The story is good. The characters are very good. There's some really likable characters in this movie. And it's a cool team-up movie. There's stakes. There's suspense. Of course, there's gore and all of that kind of stuff because it is a zombie movie. So there was, for me, some of those things I have to kind of look away a little bit, but that's just those kind of movies for me in general. So of course there's all of that with these types of movies, but overall the story was entertaining. I was never bored. The pacing is very good for a 2.5-hour movie, which 2.5 hours is not necessarily long, but 2-hour movies can feel long if the pacing is not good, if the story is not entertaining, if it doesn't grab you in. So for 2.5 hours, it was very well paced, in my opinion. Like I said, there were things from the trailers and from just the overall story that I wasn't expecting to turn out the way they did. And there are some very suspenseful moments. And I thought Dave Bautista did a good job in the lead role. I was impressed. He has said, been saying recently in interviews to promote the movie that, a lot of people haven't really allowed him to he hasn't had as many opportunities for these dramatic roles, even though this is an action movie. But as far as his character and what role he plays in the film, people haven't given him as many opportunities because, he's an ex-wrestler and his physicality, and he kind of just looks like he should play a certain part, but he's been wanting to show that he can do that, and I thought he did a good job of that in this movie. As far as unlikable characters, there is people that are unlikable for obvious reasons. Like they're supposed to be unlikable. So that makes sense. There's parts where you feel emotional because of certain stories and connections in the movie. So I definitely felt that. And there was some that I wasn't expecting as well. There's humor for sure. And a lot of people have been saying this is like Zack Snyder's funniest movie. It is. There is a lot of humor in the movie, but it fits. It makes sense. There's a good the dynamic between the team, and it was a lot of fun. Now Richardson Trone, who plays the leader of the zombies, he did an amazing job. Like, very impressed. I mean, clearly he's worked with Zack on lots of movies. He's Ben Affleck's stunt double for Batman in the DCEU, and he's done some other stuff with Zack too. He did amazing for having such a prominent role in this movie and getting to really show off, like Zack said, more of his acting instead of just doing stunts when it's not actually he's playing someone else's character. But this time he really gets to play his own character, and he gets to just really show what he can do as far as acting. And I thought it was really cool, some of the details that Zack put into this movie as far as the zombie world were very interesting. And so really cool things to, like he said, he wanted to deconstruct this genre, which is a very Zack thing to do. Music choices were great. I've seen people talking about them on Twitter. The music choices really fit well, which is another thing Zack is usually good at. And the score from Junkie XL, Tom Holkenberg, amazing. And it wasn't not necessarily always something that a type of score that you would expect for this kind of movie. If you've heard a sample of one of the tracks, one of more of like the ambient style music choice tracks, it's very interesting, and it works for those parts of the movie. Then there's parts of the movie that are more action, and the score just gets intense and like really adds to the the action and the drama of the scene. So I love the score. Another awesome job from Junkie XL and Zack Snyder teaming up. And so another big movie for him this year. Junkie XL has had really big movies this year. Zack Snyder's Justice League, Godzilla vs. Kong, now this movie, so I'm happy for him as well. And overall it was just a lot of fun. And like I said, unexpected things, emotional times when you feel more connected to the characters and what they're going through. Overall fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it if you got to see it in theaters. It was a fun movie to watch in theaters for sure. And it's really cool and awesome of Netflix to provide that opportunity, because I don't think this has ever happened with a Netflix movie before being released a week earlier in a significant number of theaters. And, obviously they have faith in the Zack Snyder fans and just people wanting to go back to movie theaters in general. And personally, I saw it at Alamo Drafthouse. I usually go to Cinemark, but we hadn't been there to the Alamo Drafthouse yet and wanted to kind of have that experience of a cinema. So I saw it there. But Cinemark shared a pretty awesome tweet from Stephen Colbert. Colbert. You're probably familiar with him if you follow this fandom. He said, "Looks like somebody told Cinemark about Zack Snyder fans," and Cinemark was awesome enough to share it and say definition of loyal. So it seems like they're very happy to have this movie in theaters. I don't see why they wouldn't be after a very difficult year for this specific, a difficult year overall last year. But especially if, a lot of movie theaters had to close down and stuff. They're really trying to recover, much like other businesses and other, things in the world are trying to recover from a hard year. And so they want people to be going back and to feel safe going back. So it seems, like they're really showing support for this movie being in theaters. And it's really cool to see. And so, if you saw the movie, let me know what you thought. And, maybe after the movie comes out on Netflix, then maybe we can get more into spoiler details, because it's not out on Netflix yet. And I don't want to ruin anything, because I think that's when obviously most people are going to watch it. So I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. And if you have seen it, don't spoil anything for anyone in the comments either. But just let me know. You can put general things, but don't spoil anything for anyone, okay? So awesome. Very happy for Zack and Deborah, and especially the experience they've had working at Netflix. I hope they do more with them. After seeing this one, I'm definitely looking forward to the prequel movie about the character who unlocks the safe tracker. His character was so likable in the movie, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, and the animated series coming out next year. So really happy for them that they got to build this franchise. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Those are my overall general thoughts, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new and you liked my content, and we'll see you guys next time.